Hey everybody, welcome to Pay Studio on the Road. We are here at Club Passim in Cambridge with Alisa Amador. Thank you so much for being here, Alisa. We appreciate it.
It is absolutely an honor, and it's so wonderful to meet your face after hearing your voice so many times. I'm a huge admirer of your series.
Well, that's so wonderful to hear. I mean, that feels great, and we're so happy to be able to host you here on this day. And there's so much happening in the world, and I think it's really important to be able to give people music, give people culture. So thank you so much for doing this today. It's extra special. And let's jump into it. There's a lot of music of yours to be shared with the internet right now. What's happening first?
First, I'm going to play a song called Timing, and I'll say no more. To see how life will go. You came to me without a warning, so overwhelmed, underprepared. And in our hearts, 3 words are forming, and now we're both just scared. What did I tell myself when I first felt the flame? Don't you open yourself up to another strand of pain. I knew that the timing wasn't the right one. What a shame. Well, but I'm getting tired of being right. Why am I right again? You write to me every morning. You write to me every night. Most of the time I wish that I could read your mind, and I worry if that's right. And I can't help it if I worry, no. And I can't help it if I care. I know that there is not a hurry with this love, and that's just what makes me scared. So what do we tell ourselves now that we found the flame? Let's not open ourselves up to another strand of pain. I knew that the timing wasn't the right one. What a shame. Well, but I'm getting tired of being right. Why am I right again? Oh, 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 oh. Thank you.
Man, that sounds so good. Thank you for coming here and doing this. This is a
Oh,
total
goodness.
pleasure on our side, and especially to be here. I mean, I know that Club Passim, it's got a very long history on its own, and you are a part of that history too. Matt was just telling me that your first headline show here, massive success, sold out. Added another show, sold out. Can you talk a little bit about what this place and this music community has meant to you?
Oh, God. How long do we have?
No time limit. This is the last session of the day. We can talk and play till tomorrow.
All right, let's hang out for a while. I could really talk for a very long time about how important this space is to so many people. And, well, I'll put it succinctly in saying that for me, Passim not only has been this place where I've met some of the people who inspire me the most in life and some of the people who support me the most in life, but also Passim saved me from open mics, from so many open mics. and I do have deep respect for open mics and the open mic culture. But it's really nice to not be playing open mics quite so often anymore. And it's just, this place it has been through so much, and it keeps persevering, and it keeps bringing people together and finding the way to keep music really vibrantly happening and reaching people. And so it has always inspired me. I'm from Cambridge originally. I was born and I grew up like a mile and a half down the road, directly that way. And so I spent time here as a child, as the children of musicians playing here, curled up in the tiny green room, watching through the window of the green room. And then later, as I got older, I was here as an audience member, intentionally being inspired by the people here. So it's very, very surreal to be to spend time on this stage now and to get to know the artists that I have admired from afar for so long.
And add to it and create your own notes in the story of the place. I mean, this is, I would have loved to have crossed paths with you in any place, whether the studio in New York or, I mean, it just seems a little bit extra special to be doing it here. So again,
it's really special to be doing it here. And I just want to thank you and Andrew on sound for coming here, for having this idea and making it happen, and bringing the Pace Studio rug, which is iconic. I recognize from so many videos. So bringing that to our home is, it's just special beyond words. So thank you.
Yeah, and we have just barely started. There's still a lot of your music to share with the internet. What's happening second today?
So second is a new release. I put out some new music in December, just a little over a month ago. And it was the first music that I've put out in almost 3 years. And especially when you're a young adult, 3 years, a lot happens in 3 years. I think a lot happens in anyone's life in 3 years. So my music has really evolved, although I couldn't really tell you in exact ways how, other than maybe I'm a little smarter. But because my sound is very varied. It's, hopefully I hooked the listeners in with something funky, because now I'm going to get folky as heck. But I don't feel bad about it.
And appropriately so. I mean, we're in the right place to get folky as heck.
Yeah, I'm very much a songwriter. I was raised by Latin folk musicians. And then I studied jazz and improvisation, and played in a bunch of different kind of bands in college, and then I lived in Argentina and worked as a musician there, and then I play this electric guitar. So you're gonna go on a genre journey with me tonight, but all of that leads me back to saying this is a new song that came out in December. Here's a love song when you're not ready to accept that you're in love. It's called Red Balloon. The day we said goodbye, I saw a red balloon floating through the sky. I was afraid of what it could do. The ocean's over there, I see it through the trees. What if it goes landing there? I pray it hits the beach. The day we said goodbye, just so right. I am afraid of what I know. The ocean of my heart, the moon behind your ribs. What if it all falls apart? I've never felt like this. So did we meet too soon on a crescent moon on that island off the bay? Did we play a tune like a red balloon? Was it meant to float away? I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Soon on a crescent moon on that island off the bay. Did we play a tune like a red balloon? Was it meant to float away? I want you to stay. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. I hope that you stay.
Man, thank you again so much for doing this. These are always special. These sessions, every one of them is special, but there's something that's extra special that I can't really define about the way that you sound right now. This is wonderful and hitting me exactly the right way. And sometimes I hesitate to ask the question about people's influences because it's a lazy journalist question to just say, who are your influences? But for somebody whose music is hitting me the way yours is, I'm curious to know who are some of the artists that really do it for you right now, because I personally want to then check out those artists and listen to more of them, whoever's really doing it for you right now.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to list just a not full list of local artists who have been inspiring me a lot lately. Katie Jones.
You just got off stage.
Was just here. An amazing coincidence. Incredible songwriter. Such brave honesty in everything she writes, and grit and tenderness all wrapped up in an honest song. And she lives down the road from me. It's really amazing. And Hailey Sabella. I don't know if you've heard her before, but she's like a poet and a novelist and an artist and a songwriter and a storyteller all in one, and a farmer and and a painter.
You have to be balanced. You can't just do the one thing all the time.
Yeah, but she's just, her songs they're like prisms. Like you see them in a different light every time you listen to them, and you'll always find something more that reaches you. And lately I've really been digging into Will Daly's work, who's another local songwriter who just powerful writing, powerful arrangements. And another band that I really, really love is Billy Wilder, and they also live down the road. And they have this way of like moving you emotionally and then also making you have to dance. And they write like very social justice oriented music with influences from Africa, from the Grateful Dead, from all sorts of genres, and they put their heart in what they do, and they really rock out. So that's a list of local work that really inspires me. And then, of course, there's my parents, Sol y Canto. They inspire me every day. I mean, they write really, my dad writes really powerful songs, mostly in Spanish, but also in English. And they always really give their heart to what they do. But there's so many more, but my little list.
That's the thing that counts, isn't it? Giving your heart into what you do, because it comes across very, very clearly. So
thank you.
Glad that I asked you that question, because Hailey Sabella was not an artist that I was familiar with, but I know who to dig into next.
Yes, you must.
Nice. There's still a lot of your music coming up. What's happening third today?
Yeah, so now I'm going to play a song in Spanish. This is one I wrote recently. It's really special to be playing these songs in front of an audience of 3. But
Plus
an
the internet,
audience
and we've got
just
a good
the same.
crowd on the other side of these lenses.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
people here.
More than 3. Thank you for being here. It's just really, really special to be playing these because I'm just used to playing these alone in my room now, especially these songs that were born during the pandemic. This song is called Milonga Accidental. Milonga is a rhythm from the River Plate region of Latin America, where my grandfather is from. So I moved there for a while, a few years back, but have been back since. And the milonga it's a folk rhythm that goes 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. This really beautiful syncopated driving rhythm. And now, even though I'm on the other side of the world again, in the other hemisphere, that rhythm just keeps coming back to me when I write, especially when I write in Spanish. And so the title Milonga Accidental means accidental milonga. It just feels like it's following me, and I keep accidentally writing another milonga. But the meaning is kind of a double meaning to also talk about embracing your contradictions, and especially as a multicultural person born and raised in Cambridge, it can feel hard sometimes to feel like I am this and this. I am this and this. I thought I was like this, but I'm also like this, and accepting that we're all living contradictions, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'll give a little translation, hopefully, just to include everyone, even if you don't speak Spanish.
And thank you for the lyrics, too. I have them in
Yeah.
front of me. That doesn't help the internet at all, but I have them, and I appreciate that.
Brad has lyrics. If I could, I would share them with all of you, dear audience. Just gonna make sure it's in tune. Almost there. Come on. I believe in you, sweet guitar. All right. So it says, when I look outside, when I look inside, ooh, some tension there. When I look outside again, from the periphery to the very center, I'm always the witness and the judge. And the chorus says, when will I know how to decipher my reason? And when will I feel at home in my voice? Milonga Accidental. Cuando miro afuera, cuando miro adentro, cuando miro afuera otra vez, de la periferia hasta el mero centro, siempre soy testigo y juez. ¿Cuándo sabré descifrar mi razón? ¿Cuándo sentiré mi hogar en mi voz? Cuando miro el agua, cuando miro el cielo, cuando miro el agua otra vez, de lo más profundo a este momento, quiero ser el ave y el pez. ¿Cuándo sabré descifrar mi
ya son. Cuando sentiré mi hogar en mi voz, en mi voz, en mi voz. Oh, 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 oh,
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Man, that sounds so good. Is there that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3? Can you think of any time just in life, like in the environment, that comes up? Because it seems to me like, I don't know, maybe driving and like listening to the tires go over a bump, or sitting on a train and listening that rhythm might come up. Can you think of any incident in nature where it does come up, where it just kind of keeps that rhythm in mind for you?
I think of it's strange. I don't think I've ever ridden a horse as far as I can remember, but it seems like it's kind of a trot. It's kind of a trot. Or I feel like milonga for me is actually kind of the rhythm of nostalgia, or the rhythm of a memory, like maybe a childhood memory or a happy memory. It kind of feels like that's the rhythm for me, at least in my imagination, what the milonga is. Although I'm sure there's lots of stories of where the rhythm came from in Argentina and Uruguay, but that's what it brings up for me.
Yeah, and that's what I was curious about. I mean, it seems familiar, even though I can't think of a time that I've heard that specific rhythm, but it seems like it's something that's just natural and kind of ingrained in my brain, even though I didn't know the name for it until just now.
Yay, that's beautiful. Oh,
yeah,
thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, I wasn't going anywhere at all. There's no question at the end of this. I'm just saying I appreciate your music very much, and there's still yet more. What do you feel like playing forth today?
Yeah, one more, and this is a song that I wrote also recently, and I guess I just want to leave it here in this concert and to the world as an offering to kind of hold space with you during this hard time, hard beyond words, and kind of acknowledge that it's hard, and this stillness is not a stillness that feels good. But there's something very powerful about not feeling alone in it, and especially with a situation that is causing us to have to be alone in our houses a lot of the time. Hopefully this song can kind of reach your ears and remind you that you're not alone. And I also want to remind people that I am here, I am real, and I have social media and Spotify and YouTube and all of those things, and I would love to hear from you, actually. I'd love to know that you're there, because I really, really miss seeing you all. And thank you so much, Matt. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Andrew. This is such an honor and a dream come true. I've watched so many of your concert videos and been so inspired by the artists that you bring in, so it's a real honor. This is Still Life. I've never
get so used to almost anything they say, but I don't know how to stay. I have never set sail, but I've heard it feels this way. You can get so used to every rock and sway that you don't know how to stay. Now you don't know how to stay. I've been living like there was no answer to the call. There was no hand that I could hold. There was no melody that trusted me to carry all the words I'd held inside me for so long that I don't even know what's wrong. I'm just crying. I've never listened in to what I had to say. You can get so used to pushing every thought away. Now they don't know how to stay. Now they don't know how to stay. I've been living like there was no answer to the call. There was no hand that I could hold. There was no melody that trusted me to carry all the words I'd held inside me for so long that I don't even know what's wrong. I'm just crying. I've never been this still.
Thank you for coming and doing this, and best of luck when the EP is out in a couple months. It'll come out when it gets warmer.
Yeah.
So some of that music that you just heard is out in the world right now. Some of it is not. So thank you for the preview, and really best of luck. We'll stay tuned, and hopefully we get to do this again. I'd love to see. I mean, every Wednesday we should do this once a week.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, you guys, for everything that you do. And just want to remind you that as a person who's been on the other end of so many of your videos, it really does make a difference. So thank you for what you do.
Beautiful. Thank you.